There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true. Yo, everyone. That is the voice of your Yonko host, DrJaceAttorney. Attorney. Coming at you from VA International. Hosting V52 with episode 5 of The Boys season 4. We're on episode 5, and some interesting things happened this episode. I think there's some divisiveness with the quality of the episode. I think we're divided in the middle on this one, but we're gonna get into all the details and the nitty gritty. Grandmaster Hoop, my fellow Yonko, I know. Well, actually, I don't know. Tell me, did you enjoy this episode 5? Overall?
I mean, overall, I can rewatch it, but I do feel this episode was missing for me. I think this felt like a checkbox episode to me, some parts. And then there's some things that happened that I was just like, I've seen better storytelling from the boys. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, fair enough. We're going to dissect that statement very, very soon. But we're not alone in this endeavor. We also have Supernovas here to join us today. And let's get into it. Now, Grandmaster, I know why you didn't like the episode. I know exactly why you didn't like it.
Please indulge me.
You did not like the jab at the MCU phase convention that was clearly making fun of the MCU. VA International held their V52 for all phases of phases 7 through 12 or 13, whatever it is.
Phases 7 through 10.
7
No,
through
it was
10.
7 through 19.
Oh, what? Damn.
And I know you saw that bit and you had your euphoria moment. You said, "Is this about me? Is this about us?"
One, I think you're foolish if you think that was only poking fun at Marvel.
It very much was. It was poking.
Okay, let me help you out a little bit. It's not only poking fun at Marvel.
And
half
this
those
is how
titles.
we see defense of Marvel.
No, it's poking fun at both Marvel and DC. Half those titles were pulled from Marvel and DC. Like there's, I got it pulled up. Let me see if I can zoom in here.
What was it? Firecracker, Lord's Soldier, I think it was.
Oh, that's a jab at Winter Soldier.
There was another one that I was
There's
like,
the Deep and the Secrets of Atlantis.
Okay, Aquaman. No, there was like one that's called like Gods and Monsters or something. I was like,
oh yeah.
The Deep, Gods and Dolphins. So, but no, I think the point of this is, yes, clearly it's a jab at Marvel, but
it does have some jabs at DC, but
DC, if you remember, DC had their little panel where they had all their titles that were going to come out, and nearly half of them did not come out.
Okay, so it's like, let's shift to DC. It's all they're making fun of DC. No, not Marvel.
No, I'm saying they're making fun of both. And
I think here, let's do the scale tipping, okay? Yes, there are some minor jabs at DC in some of those titles, but the event of V52 and the synopsis of the phases and the announcement of what's coming next, 80% of that is an MCU jab.
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's funny. That come on.
It's a jab at superhero films and their universe building shenanigans that, for the most part, either miss or succeed. That is what it is, and it's clever. It's funny. I can't believe Vought has all this planned out. This shit is crazy.
It is quite funny. I mean, training A-Train. We got a trailer to the movie this time with Will Ferrell.
That was really funny.
That was I liked it. We got some behind the scenes like on film sets from like the last episode, but now we got to see the trailer, what the public is gonna see, and I mean it was hilarious. You're not going fast enough. It's hilarious. Oh man, this entire bit was just really good. And then what was it that they did with oh god, Sage? They announced like an all black cast movie with her, A-Train, and right, what, or no, was it with The Deep? It was like god damn it, come on, it was like Get On It or Get, what was it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't recall. All I know is that they had a push for their black audience.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and it was like that for certain. It was like there was a scene that for the white viewers it would have this alcohol.
Yes.
For the black.
Oh, and for the black viewers it'd be cognac. Yep.
Yeah.
Problematic.
Leave it to the boys. Leave it to the boys. I think even I think even The Deep, he said something like, if you guys have a problem with it, well, guess what? They say get woke, go broke. Well, how about get woke, get yoked? They're so dumb. I love it. There's no way you walked out of that first bit and was like, no, this is terrible. There's no way. This bit was funny. But during this event, we also get some insight into some other characters as well. We get Homelander and Ryan. We get Homelander and some Ryan scenes. And it looks like, I think we even talked about this a little bit last episode, where it's like, did Homelander like get some closure from like slaughtering these people in any way? And we were wondering how he was gonna like handle Ryan from here on out and how he was gonna go about the rest of the season. It looks like he kind of came to terms with his past, in his own messed up way. Not saying he turned over a new leaf, but I mean, like, what do you guys think about him?
Everybody, you just had to kill everybody to realize what was wrong.
Oh wow, this is what I needed. Great.
Exactly. I get it.
It's funny. It's funny because he's with Ryan, and this is one of the criticisms I had when it came to the start of the season. I don't know if you guys remembered, but at the end of season 3,
Ryan, I think, like, starts smiling.
Yes. Ryan starts smiling, and it was one of those things where it's like, ooh, he's kind of teetering on that, like, you know, a little bit of Brightburn there. He's kind of becoming a little bit psycho, but he has that side of his mother that he doesn't want to disappoint. But at the start of this season, up until this episode at least, you didn't really see that part of him again. And I feel like that was a plot line at first that they were just throwing off to the side. Like, no, let's not do that with Ryan. He's a good kid. He's trying to do his best, and he doesn't want to be like his dad, like in that regard. That was my thing with them. I'm like, man, they really got rid of that. But no, it comes back here. It comes back. How'd you guys feel about the slap him, Ryan? Slap him. Oh no, it was Ryan was telling him to slap the person.
The director.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like you see a little bit Ryan's innocence and naivety, because his intentions overall, they're not bad intentions.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I see her that she's very uncomfortable. This is weird. I want to help her out. And he genuinely wants to help her out. But I think he's starting to grow into that he has powers, and not only powers as in like the superhuman powers, but also I can use this to boss people around.
I think it goes even further than that. Like, he can use it to cleanse the world the way he thinks, and not really in the messed up way his dad sees it. His dad just wants to purge everyone, like, you know, humans are scum and whatever. But like you said, yeah, Ryan, he's noticed that, you know, I forget their names, but he noticed that this like assistant was being harassed by this movie director, and he was like, no, I'm gonna put a stop to it. And with the manipulate, see, like he would have put a stop to it and just said, hey, can you apologize to her and leave her alone? And that would have been it. That would have been it. Yes. Homelander and his twisted manipulation. He's like getting it. He's getting into him. This is the way, I think, in slaughtering that entire basement full of those scientists, Homelander found a way to finally manipulate Ryan to be like himself in this episode.
Yeah, because it's the entirety of at least the Ryan Homelander moments, right?
Yeah.
Homelander is constantly like, he tells Ryan, hey, like I've been manipulated pretty much my entire life.
Yep.
And I want you kind of like to forge your own path, right? And he kind of says, it's like, yeah, the world is shit, but you're always gonna be with me, right? Like the world, like you're the only thing that matters to me in the world. And I want you to forge your path. I don't want you to experience what I experience. And there is a genuine emotion there. Like Homelander, in his own twisted psycho way,
he cares.
He really does care for Ryan.
Yeah.
And he really wants to give Ryan the life that he never had. He doesn't want Ryan to be a lab rat, to be almost like a poster child of Vought like he is. Right. But it's funny how like he's, even despite all that, he's still, it's like these micro manipulations that he does. Like it's like he just pushes a little bit. It's like,
just,
hey,
yeah,
you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I'm gonna be fine. But I think this would be nice.
Yeah.
What about this?
It's
suggestion, a lot of suggestion.
Right.
And he continues pushing. And Ryan, also because of how naive and how moldable he is, just falls into it.
Right. He lets Ryan, and again, I'm very curious how they're going to go about this the rest of the season. Like you said, he lets Ryan come to those decisions on his own with suggestion. Before, he was always like, Ryan, this is how we do things. This is how we view people. This is what we got to do. And Ryan was not buying it. He did not want to be like that. But through suggestions, manipulation, and just saying, you do what you want, Ryan. I think you should do this. But you do what you want to do. Do you think what was the name of the school show? The Super School? Super School. He was like, Ryan, what do you think of Super School? Do you think it can compete with Sky High? And he's like, no, I don't. I think it's dumb. Why are we doing this?
He did not ask, could it compete with Sky High?
That would have been hilarious if they would have said that.
If he said, it's Vought's version of My Hero Academia.
Dumb.
They love that in Japan. They love that, the anime and manga. We got to do this, Ryan.
Let it be known here to everyone. Mid Hero Academia. Okay, continue.
Insanity. But I mean, I want to see more of this. I want to see more of this stuff with Ryan and Homelander. What you shaking your head for? Why are you shaking your head?
This was done poorly, in my opinion.
Done poorly? What? Why? How? Tell me.
I think it's out of order. Given how, like you said, how season 3 ended and how this season began, I think this should have been explored earlier on. And where we last left Ryan, this I feel is a complete shift, because this is not where we left Ryan. Ryan was starting to see the problems, and he was confiding in Butcher and running to Butcher and wanting to be with Butcher. So this complete 180, I don't see this 180 like this. I feel we should have been exploring this first and then see Ryan start to question things. But I feel, just given where the last time we saw Ryan in this season, this is a 180, and I don't think this is the best way to tell this story.
I disagree.
Because you can disagree. It's not the best though.
I disagree, because the thing, like, what has changed, like, what has changed now is Homelander's approach to it. Because the first 3 episodes, if you notice, it's Homelander just pushing. And like, again, Ryan is a teenager. He's starting to be like, or a preteen. I don't know what his age is. But even though he's kind of conflicting between Butcher and Homelander. Homelander pushes to things that he is not 100% in for. So he gravitates towards Butcher. That's basically what's going on.
The pushing, I get that. That's
But-
fine. I understand why this is happening. I get that. I think it's out of order, and I think it should have been explored first. I understand logically why this is happening, but also there's the fact that Ryan enjoying the director being, pummeled by the girl and laughing. Now, you can call that learned behavior, but like we also said last time we talked about Ryan, was that he loved his mother, and he does not see himself as this, this godlike being. And Butcher is another anchor to that ideal. And now, obviously, when you surround yourself with someone like Homelander, it's probably going to rub off on you. But again, I feel this was a 180 versus a gradual kind of shift. And I think it's out of order, and I think this was done poorly.
I think I'm with Dr. Mondo on this one, and that
You don't have to agree with me.
It's okay. Relax. It's okay.
I'm fine.
It's okay. I think it just comes down to Homelander. Just like we said, he was the one doing the pushing the entire time, and I think what Ryan's issue was before, because I think his issue before was that he just did not want to be killing people mindlessly. If you go back to the end of season 3 with the smirk that was ended on, Ryan, I feel like in the context of this episode, seeing what he did here, I think Ryan is somewhat being manipulated into believing this is okay as long as it's serving a purpose. A purpose that is helping someone. So for example, at the end of season 3, someone chucked that, what was it, like a water bottle or some container. It could have had anthrax in it. I think that was Homelander's thing. That hurt Ryan. Or it didn't hurt him, but, Homelander told him afterwards it could have had a weapon in there or something. Homelander blows that guy's head up. Ryan reluctantly somewhat gives a smile to that. And he's like, oh, well, I mean, he did hurt me. Or he did try to hurt me. Maybe this is okay. This guy is my dad, after all. And then fast forward to this scene where, actually, no. Let's go back to last week's episode where he pushed, I forgot his name, but the stunt, Coy, the stunt coordinator. Ryan felt terrible about that because I feel like there was nothing warranted to have this guy killed. He was like,
because it was all fabricated. It was all fake. It was all staged.
It was right.
Like he wasn't doing anything wrong. So it was like he felt guilt because it was truly an accident. Here, the smirk comes again because he thinks in his mind, what I am doing serves a purpose of righting the wrongs that this guy is doing to this assistant. Kind of like he feels that he is doing some good.
Right.
In this, at least and that's what kind of Homelander is trying to play at and suggest. He's using Ryan's good intentions to try to mold him into a certain direction. Because Ryan does have an appreciation for life. He's not a mindless killer, but Homelander sees that as a way that he can use him or mold him because he does love him. Homelander does love Ryan in his own twisted way.
Yeah, I think this scene, I think it falls in line. I think it falls in line with the character.
Again, the logic, I understand. I think storytelling wise, it's out of order.
It's out of order. It must be put back in order.
No, it is what it is now. I'm not going to go back and say what they should have done. I just think it is.
What about the Guardians of Godolkin? Did you at least like this? Did you like the MCU tie-in?
No,
It's all
Connectivity.
connected. It's connected.
no, because they're just here. They were just kind of like
So-
it felt like an extended cameo, if anything.
It did. Well, there's a plot thread that we'll get into later that is more
Godolkin.
yeah, it's more Godolkin. Like, hey, did you watch this so you understood what's happening here? But sticking with the Guardians of Godolkin. God, it's only been a few months or something since
It's almost been
Gen
half
V.
a year.
Half a year. What happened to these characters? I thought she got her arms blown off or something.
I know. I went back and looked at the scene. And it popped up on my feed. She at least had one arm blown off by Marie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she has two arms again, right?
Yeah, she did. Unless it's meant to be like this is before the ending of
No, how
this.
could that be? That can't. No.
How did she have her arm then?
I don't know,
Like,
but it can't
there has to
possibly
be-
be before the ending.
No, there has to be for sure some like bot V or someone with a power to regenerate stuff. Like, yeah, that's almost inconsequential. But yes, her arms were blown off in the finale. This is taking place after the finale.
Okay.
Because they have, if I'm not mistaken, they've referenced kind of like the massacre. A good.
They did. Yeah, they did.
So this is after the finale.
So
It's inconsequential, to be honest.
what was because refresh my memory because I remember right this I forget their names but this character the blonde hair
Powers?
yeah
Kate.
well no Kate
Kate. Goodness.
So what was her deal by the end of Gen V like that tied her into here because I remember she like switched sides kind of
She kind of switched sides.
Well, they've been using her to manipulate everybody they were bringing into the woods.
right yeah
Like,
I
she was
remember that
mind wiping them.
yes
And whatnot.
Yeah.
So
but she felt
I
guilty
think-
about that
Well,
right
she felt guilty about it.
but then she's like, who put me up to this? And that was the Godolkin people.
Oh, okay. So she wanted to kill the Godolkin people. Right.
So pretty much, she was manipulating everyone.
Right.
She then feels horrible that she was used to manipulate everyone. So she kills her boss. Let's put it. She kills her boss,
the dean.
the dean.
I remember that. She
She kills the dean. Now, in that part, she starts saying, it's like, why was this normie or whatever manipulating me? It's like when I have these powers and so forth. And kind of she's saying, like, I was abused by people without powers.
Oh,
So then
okay.
she flips and says, it's like, oh, yeah, like, pro Homelander. And
Okay.
I forgot the other kid's name.
Sam.
The brother.
And Sam
He
Sam is
went
pretty-
to that rally.
Yeah, and Sam has been pretty much abused and used as an experimental test subject by these same people without powers. So he feels like, yeah, I totally agree with you. And of this
Okay.
like, superiority, which is what Homelander really brings out. That
Okay.
we're superior to the human race, and that's where like
That's
they
where
are.
she. Okay.
Well, he
Ne-
starts saying, "Why? Why do we got to do this?
No.
Why?" And they're like, "Sam, you shouldn't have gone to that rally. I told you to stay in your freaking room."
He went to one rally and it
Went
just
to one
changed his
rally and he was
entire
like,
That was enough. That was enough.
Team Homelander. Oh my goodness. No.
But yeah, their presence here.
it was just
obviously-
surface dressing. It was
Right,
yeah.
Right.
I think if anything, it might be saying like, "Hey, by the way, we haven't forgotten about them." But
Yeah.
at the same time, definitely there's more to come with them. It's like,
well, it sounds like, given kind of where this scene now goes, Homelander's about to
go to war.
or I
War.
guess Sage's plan is about to really take fruition here, whatever that may be. And
The Mount Olympus Protocol.
if you're in that room, you're part of this ultimate plan. So
Correct.
they're there. So I
Execute
imagine
Order 66.
something like that. I imagine they're about to let loose.
Will you answer the call?
What?
That's what he asked the seven. Did you
Oh.
watch the episode?
Sorry. And what they're like,
You're criticizing
Whatever
the
you
episode and
need,
you don't even
Homelander.
remember it.
Oh yeah, that was Firecracker. Yeah, that's what she said.
No, that was Kate. Kate was like, "Whatever you need, Homelander."
Oh yeah, that okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the only line she got
yeah, that
in
was
the
her only line.
episode.
Yeah, and Sam
Um,
said something too. I can't remember, but they're there. They're here.
Just to remind you, Hulk smashing in from the ceiling to remind you it's all connected.
Ooh.
But there is another plot thread that ties more holistically to Gen V, and I was kind of worried how they were handling it at first, given what they did with it in the beginning, but they ultimately didn't do it, and I'll explain it when we get there. But the virus from Gen V that was being manufactured to kill Soups,
Yes.
it finally makes its way into the boys, and the showrunners did say that Gen V was supposed to be like a season 3.5 in a way, like a bridge between.
Was.
Well,
Yeah.
now it was. I feel like this episode showcased more of that, because what I was worried about at first, there were two things I was worried about at first. The first thing was when they occasionally dropped the Godolkin students phrases, like 2 episodes ago, they were like, the Godolkin massacre. And then when they showed Kate and Sam in this episode, and then they weren't doing anything with it, I'm like, is this what they're talking about? Just random little mentions of like, oh yeah, they exist. But, season 4 is still its own thing. That's what I was kind of somewhat cautioned by. I'm like, are you really not gonna tie the story threads into each other like you said you were gonna do? But they did. And I like that with the virus. Did you think the virus was gonna make its way back in here somehow?
Well, they mentioned the virus earlier on in the season.
Yeah.
They did.
Like Butcher was talking to
Newman.
a homegirl, Newman, and he's like,
Right.
"Oh, I heard about that virus you cooked up at Godolkin." So it was mentioned, and then it was just kind of tossed away as if the virus. Because remember, he was like, "It's not strong enough to kill Homelander," so they're like, "Whatever."
All
I
right,
guess we
plot
won't-
thread done. We're not talking
Right,
about it
plot
then.
thread done. But now it's back because honestly, again, we're at the point, and we said it talking about last episode. They have no kind of evening card to battle Soups except for Starlight and Kimiko. Which is
That's
definitely
not enough.
for Homelander, right? So they need a leveling card, and that is the virus. So I'm glad it's back. I'm glad they just didn't toss it away. Funny enough, it was kind of tossed away in this episode. Like
Yes.
it's leaking all over this farm and whatnot. So it's like, goddamn, y'all had one job. Well, I guess no, that's Compound V and Temp V.
Yep.
That's leaking. But no, I'm glad it's here. I feel so this I guess this part of the episode, there's still some things I was shaky with, but I like some moving threads here. You don't even get this hunt for the virus without your boy Stan mother effing Edgar. Just when I thought he was dead, because I couldn't remember what happened to him.
No, yeah, he wasn't dead. I remembered it. I didn't know he was in jail. I thought he just got like discharged from
For the
Vought.
life of me, I could not remember what happened to him.
Yeah, I knew he was alive. I just didn't know what his ultimate fate was outside of Vought. Apparently he was in jail. I didn't know he was in jail. Or I guess I forgot he was in jail. Yeah, no. Our boy Giancarlo, he's back. Did you like seeing him back? Did you like his his stone cold delivery?
I do like seeing him. Ultimately, I don't think he really served that much of a purpose being here,
Wow.
because he really didn't do much in this episode except drop some nice little one-liners.
Point them in the freaking direction of like where the hell Victoria Newman could be conducting whatever she's conducting.
Correct. So I feel his real purpose, because again, I do feel the boys could easily could have wrote them being sleuths and finding this place after investigating Newman. But I think his true purpose here was they're trying to explore Newman's character more. So, you really do that using a character that knows her, because Huey is probably out of the main cast who knows her the best. And Huey's not, obviously he's not part of this plot.
Yeah,
So-
that's a glaring I feel like that's a flaw a little bit in a way.
I do feel like it's a flaw because again, other than if Stan Edgar's not here to boost up Newman's character, I really don't. I mean, look what happened to him at the end of the episode. They sent him right back to prison.
No virus, no pardon. Was that
right? She did break him out. You're right.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
It happened. Okay.
He's
But
free.
yeah, you see, again, it's for her character's benefit that the writers include him back in here. I don't know if there's an overall kind of move here for Stan Edgar. I do like seeing Giancarlo.
Well, again, how do we put it? As we've described the theme of this season of confronting your past, Stan Edgar is Victoria Newman's past.
If you want to go that route, then yes.
No,
I mean, it is. It's not if you want to. It is.
No,
If you want to. This is the theme of the season.
It works. I mean, we don't know if this is actually their intention, but
Well,
this that we
when
come
every
up with.
character is doing has some sort of coming to terms with your freaking past, even though it's ugly and you just have to stare it in the face.
Yeah, no, I'm saying,
sorry. This is the theme of the season.
We established this here at the table, and we keep adding on and giving it credit. So I'm like, okay, we got it.
It's there.
If by the last episode, if we have one more little ounce of confronting your past, I'll give props to Miss Mad, and I guess you, Dr. Mondo. I think you two came up with this running theme. So okay, it works. I stand by it.
I feel condescended, but it's fine.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
You're talking down to him.
I am not. I am agreeing.
I guess you're right, peasant.
You know me. I don't want to admit anybody's right, so I'm agreeing with you.
Oh,
Take your
man.
view.
There were things that I was like unaware of until this episode. I thought Zoe was her sister this entire time.
Zoe's
Oh, no. Zoe's her daughter.
For some reason, I thought that was her little sister.
No. Zoe's definitely the daughter. Now, I guess I never once questioned if Zoe had a father.
I mean, you knew she had a father, but I thought it was inconsequential to like,
Right,
someone.
I was like, we're never gonna meet the father.
Who cares?
We did.
Well, we did. Yeah, well, we sure
No,
did.
but we also see the stone cold Stan Edgar does have like some semblance of a heart.
Yeah, I mean, I think
because
that's
what
always
ma-
been true.
Yeah, but like what makes him cave is like, oh, did you know what she did to little girl Zoe? What? Okay, because he was like, I don't care if Victoria Newman put me in jail. That's kind of what I taught her to do.
I think when you remove the whole Vought manipulation curtain that he had over everything, because he has no power over that anymore, more of his true colors are now showing. Because like, what does he have to lose to like manipulate anyone? Like literally his actual feelings for people are coming out. And you see it here with a character like Newman and Zoe. He's like, what? You hopped up Zoe? My granddaughter? On V? Why? Why did you do that?
But you also got to think too, how he views Soups. You know, he doesn't look at them as gods. He's like, you're a product. You're either a bad product or you're a good product.
Right.
And if anybody's going to do the manipulation, it's going to be him. So the fact that now, Zoe has abilities, anybody can kind of try to manipulate her in whatever favor.
Right.
But you were saying, oh, Stan Edgar only in this episode, the only thing that he serves is to explore Newman's.
This is exploring Newman's. This is tied to Newman.
Wait.
Whoa.
Yes, I think the tie-in for him to come back is definitely Newman. But now that he's with Newman, and Newman is running for these political, I think VP, right?
She's VP, correct.
So yeah. Now she just broke Stan Edgar out, and Stan Edgar is gonna be with her, like vicinity-wise. It's not like, oh, he's in Vought, she's here. No, they're gonna be pretty much likely under almost the same roof. It's gonna be very interesting to see how he uses that as well.
Operates from the shadows.
From the shadows and use it's like almost as you're saying, like a soup is either a good product or a bad product. He does love Victoria in his own twisted way, but also at the same time sees her as a tool that he can use. And now that they're assumably going to be under the same roof, it's going to be interesting how he operates from the shadows and now has another political door without anyone knowing it.
Do you guys think she broke him out for emotional support, or I can use him for something?
A little bit of both.
I think it's all like blended in, because she's definitely in a very
fragile state.
Right.
Emotional.
What does she say? Where's Sadim? Samir. Where's Samir? Where's Samir? Have we seen this guy before?
Yes,
No, we have in another series.
Gen V?
Gen V.
Oh, I was even thinking Gen V, funny enough. But you're right. No, he is in Gen V.
Okay.
Now, talk about typecast. He's the doctor from the Mandalorian series. The one who's experimenting on the Force-sensitive children.
In season 1?
That is true.
Season 1, and he comes back in season 3.
Okay.
He gets betrayed by that girl.
Right. Oh, wow. So wait, typecasted because he's a doctor? And
he keeps getting these medical doctor experimentation scientists.
Well, I'm just going to say, if anyone wants to cast me for a doctor role, I'm here. I can.
You better go audition.
He's available. Dr. Mondo's here.
Extra money's always appreciated.
Oh, he said extra. He said he don't need you to be the main check.
Extra.
But if you can be the main check, I will appreciate it.
That's funny. Yeah, no, for sure. Newman's using him as emotional support, and also, you know, I can use him for something later, because he's a smart guy. He knows how to go about things. And he's gonna have to operate from the shadows, because publicly he's not allowed to be anywhere outside of a prison cell. So we'll see what he has left. But the main event this episode is the Kentucky Fried Massacre. What's going on here, love?
I found this hilarious.
I definitely jumped.
Like that one dummy that jumped the fence and is like, yeah, let me jump the fence, and the sheep is not gonna grab me, and the sheep grabs her or kills her midair. Why would you make yourself a target up in the air like that? Dumb. She had it coming. Dumb.
Well, I first jumped when the first chicken jumped through the dude. I was like, oh, Jesus.
An entire hole.
Well, this is the boys type of action, that the action comedy. It's silly. It's fun. Part of me felt it was just here to check box because we haven't had this type of moment recently in this season. But it was fun. Because you absolutely knew where it was going.
I was totally fine with it, but honestly, I found it hilarious. Like, the entire thing is just like, damn, like all the animals are just V'd up.
Flying sheep.
Flying sheep. Like,
hold up, they're not just flying sheep. They're demonic vampiric
sheep.
What the hell? What's going on?
That was just hilarious. And then the V'd up bull.
The Vita bull.
What was he about to do? What do you think he was gonna do?
They had to stop it. It doesn't matter. They had to stop him. They sensed an ominous aura about him. They all staring, and even the sheep knew. The sheep knew he had to go, and they took care of him.
The sheep were just hungry.
No, but also in that interim between the Kentucky Fried Massacre and the little Bo Beep vampires or whatever, we see that rabbit, that bunny that Butcher released that was on Temp V.
Temp V. It was very important to distinguish that some of these were on Temp V, some of these were on Compound V. But yeah, the rabbit was dosed up with Temp.
With Temp V, and then he sees that bunny that he released, and it's dead, and then these tendrils come out of it. So that could be kind of what's in Butcher.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that's
no,
definitely
for
what's in
sure.
Butcher.
That's what's in Butcher.
You
I'm
see
very
the
curious as to,
little
like,
the little
how-
wiggly things in his head.
Yeah, but I'm curious to see how his is different, right? Because like he's quote unquote alive,
Well, I
unless
feel a bunny. What? Probably a bunny can't take that.
or
as long
unless
as a
that
human
like
man-
those tendrils are kind of like the beam that's eating Butcher up from the inside.
Do you think they come out of his mouth, or
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know how Butcher's is different.
Well,
or-
I think it's like we said, where it's really just a parasite, and it's gonna live off of Butcher as long as it can. But that bunny, I'm telling you, that bunny had obviously it's a rabbit, so it has a shorter lifespan. So I
That's
think it
true.
just went ahead and did the thing, you know.
right? Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's what's going on.
I would like to say that this was the best scene. Seeing
What?
Butcher feel sorry for that bunny.
Yes, he felt a kinship to that rabbit. He was like,
Correct.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna give you the chance that I did not have. And even
Right.
Kimiko notices it, because
Yep.
also another thing in this episode that they highlight later, because Butcher's a very divisive character, not in the like the viewers don't like him or anything. Divisive in the sense for the characters themselves, because Butcher is that loose cannon that you never know what he's gonna do, that he's capable of stabbing you in the back, but at the same time, he's always capable. He's always gonna be the one that has your back when you least expect someone to have your back.
Butcher's
He's very divisive
Yeah.
in that sense.
he's very
And like something Mother's MM says is Butcher. It's like you're a motherfucker, but it's like.
but you have a heart.
But
You
you
have
have
a
a
heart.
heart. Like you're a
You're a
motherfucker.
motherfucker with a heart.
But you're not a monster because you're a motherfucker with a heart. And it's something like you see Butcher's heart in this episode with the bunny and all that. But then at the end of the episode, you also see the other side of Butcher, right? That the desperate side that he's willing to
It's
do
what-
anything.
It's what Jeffrey Dean Morgan said. He said, "Billy, we are not decent people.
Yeah.
He can have a heart, but at the end of the day, Butcher's willing to cut off.
Yeah,
some
he's
dude's leg.
willing to cut. Butcher is willing to become a monster if it means one, obtaining his goal, like a goal. Two, especially if that goal is a promise to his late wife.
Well, again, see, Butcher's characterization is really good because I get it. The worst soup of them all, who's also like the number one soup, did the worst thing to you. And now you have this negative perception of all soups. And yet you form a bond with Kimiko. You're hesitant about Starlight, but you see the good she can do if you have a soup on your side. You see what she means to Huey, who, you have a little brotherhood with Huey.
Yeah.
And it's like, but he sticks to his code. He's like, oh, the virus? Well, you better stay away from it. Can't say what will it do if it get on you.
He did not care. How did you feel about the virus's ultimate conclusion in this episode? Because it's basically gone. Like it's
gone, but you got the brain that created it, though.
I can't believe they only had that little, though. I was like, damn, that's all they had?
well, I think that was all they could save, right?
That was all they could save.
Yeah. So they had more at the facility, but given the chaos that happened, it was just that one syringe, the one thing that they could save, and they
hold on, this is actually really funny. What they put it in like one of the dead sheep or something?
one of the
no,
dead
body,
bodies,
right?
yeah.
One of the dead bodies, so the sheeps would eat it because it can only be transmitted through bodily fluids.
Yeah.
And then Frenchie said, "Those sheep are not up to fucker, man."
Of course, he's the one that brings it up.
That was the funniest line. That ate with that one.
They were so dumb.
But yeah, I mean, if he can mass produce some more, I guess you're gonna have to test it on folks.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna have to maybe some more rabbits or sheep.
Well, you gotta test it on soup.
On a soup, yeah.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Butcher goes up to the experimental table.
If he lets them experiment on him?
Yeah, because I think Butcher...
It would kill him.
He's not a soup. He just has the parasitic soup tumor.
So... Yeah, at the same time, I think like Butcher is coming to terms like, yeah, he's gonna die. He's kind of like gonna go out with a bang, but at the same time, he's fine with dying, but as long as he fulfills his promise, as long as he fulfills his goal, he is fine. He can kick the bucket, and he's not gonna have any regrets.
I think there are 4 test subjects that are up for grabs that easily could be used to be tested.
The connectivity! The connectivity!
I mean, that's how I can easily see them kind of be brought into the fold.
Okay, yeah, definitely those 4 can definitely be test subjects, and it would explain like where the hell they are.
Or even just how they tie into this season.
Yeah, or how they tie into the season.
Despite them mentioning them in a news broadcast, make them part of the story. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I'm curious to see if that's the next move that they're gonna make. And then really the last plot thread, and it's either you love it or you hate it, because it's just so far removed from the main plot of what's going on. But Huey's plot line with his father. How'd you guys feel about the plot line, despite the payoff at the end where it got really emotional? I think most people agree that it was like an emotional bit, but overall, did you feel detached with this, or were you okay with it?
My issue is it's too one and done. I was like, man, we're only gonna explore this in this episode. Oh,
you wanted this to be like an ongoing thing, like the dad goes on a rampage, and
Huey, you mean to tell me Huey's gonna learn this lesson in 2 episodes that this was a bad idea?
Well,
that's the plot of Jurassic Park.
Wait. But like, to be fair, this wasn't a lesson that he learned in 1 episode. Like, Huey didn't give the V. It was like his...
Did he though?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't. His mom saw that it fell out of his coat, and his mom said, "Oh, I thought you wanted this."
I am team. That mom is not there.
Oh no! Stop!
No,
stop!
The mom literally said it.
She's not there.
She's not there. You were right on one theory with the Jar Jar Binks nonsense and the Acolyte, and you think you got it all figured out with every show.
It's in Huey's head. In Huey's head.
No, it's not in Huey's head, because his freaking dad also registered that his mom is there.
It's all in his head.
It's not in. Come on, no, it's not in his head.
Enough of your nonsense.
No, it's in his head.
Enough. It's like his dad acknowledged that his mom was there.
I think my biggest problem with this is like I was very shocked at how quick Huey was in realizing this is what I need to do, and we need to do this to put his dad out of his misery. I kind of wanted to let that simmer a little bit, just because that's what I expect of Huey. In seeing his dad okay now and alive, and then slowly coming to grips with, yeah, but look at what he's doing. But at the same time, I don't want to see him leave. I don't know. I felt like I'm with Hoop in this on, like, I felt like it was too rushed a little bit in a way.
I think I can agree.
Give me one more episode. Give me one more episode with it.
I can agree that it was a little bit rushed, but again, I think I think definitely it ties in well with, yes, Hoop, the theme of this season. It's letting go of your past.
Sure.
Confronting your past and letting go of your past.
Yeah. Like I'm okay with the resolution of what happened. I just wanted
the in-between point.
The in-between. I wanted a journey.
Maybe been a little bit
a journey. I wanted a journey to get there.
This journey, correct, because this journey was simply Huey's dad doing the shadow cat, phasing through the walls, phasing through people. The hospital alarm goes off, and there's no confrontation.
He's just immediately, we got to make this. Don't worry. A Frenchman told me how to make these drugs. We got to kill him.
Right. And they there's like no opposition from anybody. They're able to hide in this one room, find the dad with ease. Or actually, the dad finds them.
He's just going through the whole hospital. Where is she? Where is she?
Then it's done. And I'm like, wow, that was super easy.
No, I'm just gonna say, Huey's dad could have maybe been like, he could have killed Homelander.
He probably could have.
Yeah,
and
like
see, that's something I thought would have been cool to explore. But again, we can't start and finish in this hospital.
Because despite this being so detached from the main plot, I still liked the tension that was created where, like, at first, you know, his mind is all there. He's like, oh, whoa, I'm alive. I didn't even know I had a stroke or whatever. But then, like, it's like a slow domino effect. It's
a slow decline. It's a very slow decline that he started. Where did your, that he asked the mom's like, where did where did your mom go? And it's like, she went to the bathroom, Dad, like literally like a minute ago. And it's like, you see that decline, which again, the reason is because of the stroke. You know, I think like B maybe potentiates it takes some of the effects of whatever it was. And
I think they said that, yeah.
Yeah, and just changes it, manipulates it, amplifies it. So it was very interesting to see all that. Right?
I mean, like, I saw where it was going to, because I, like, right when he was like, you're not Huey, I gotta go pick up my son or get his like, toy. But like right there, I was like, wait a minute. If he thinks Huey is still a kid, then that means he thinks the mom must have just left. And at that point, when he sees the mom, I'm like, wait a minute. He should hate her right now because he hated her. Like, I liked, like, my mind going there as the conversation went on, and you saw him starting to get mad. Like, you left me and Huey, poor Huey. And in those moments, I was there. I was like, screw it, I like it. Screw it, I like it.
I mean, I was there the whole time. I just, wish that this
Have
was
you no heart.
Fleshed out, because here's the thing. Where do you go from here? Huey goes and tells the boys, hey, I did this really stupid thing that caused me to put down my father.
I had this crazy character arc that you guys had no idea what was going on.
I think if anything can be taken away from Huey's journey in this season as of now, right? One, we've seen Huey for the first time, you know, without Temp V actually fight, you know, and actually confront things very much head on and make a very, very hard decision. And I think this is going to be a much more, sure, it's like, it's not that Huey's going to be like the bravest guy in the world out of nowhere, but this is definitely a Huey that is more able to shut away his emotions and make a difficult call when it's needed. And if anything, a quality of a leader in a certain way. So I think if anything, this was a period of growth for Huey that it's gonna come to one point in the season for sure that he's gonna have to make a very tough call. Someone's gonna have to make a very tough call, and Huey is gonna be able to. It's like Huey made the toughest call of all. He had to put down his own dad.
If it doesn't come to that, this will have felt like just an isolated story. So I need it to come to that.
If it doesn't come to what?
Come to everything that you're saying. If it doesn't come to that, I'm docking points.
I'm docking points. Minus 10 points from Gryffindor.
Yeah. Docking points. I'm docking points.
Grandmaster just wants everything that's not MCU to fail.
Right, because I've been a staunch opposer of the boys.
They made fun of me in V52, and I don't like this.
They did not make fun of me. They sure did, and they weren't talking to me.
Oh man, that's funny. But I think that about covers the entire episode.
You forgot one thing.
What?
Also, Starlight misfiring. So she's like just feeling.
Oh yeah, she's having her Spider-Man 2 existential
Right.
crisis thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
Frenchie
she's having an
and her-
existential crisis.
Yeah.
Frenchie's gonna be the one to make her help her realize, you did a bad thing. That doesn't make you a bad person.
is that where you see
is
that
what-
arc going?
That's definitely what their conversation was, and that he's having that conversation with himself.
Yeah.
That's why he turned himself in at the end of the episode.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did do that.
I guess actually that's a part of a lot of this, like even MM in the brief moment with his daughter, that's what dad does. Dad fights. And it's like, yeah, he fights. That doesn't make him a bad dude.
That's not what I do.
Right. And then, but no, the other big thing was the leak.
The leak
with A-Train.
Oh, yes.
Honestly,
yes.
that was pretty funny because like the reporter dude's like, I need a dom or blah blah blah.
I need a dom who's actually dominating.
He's not actually dom, and she's like, oh, and then but when she starts talking with A-Train, okay, you want to dom?
She took that personally.
She took that personally.
That was. I found that so funny.
Oh no, Ashley is one of the funniest characters.
Ashley is a hilarious character.
She is.
Like you want to feel bad for her, but then also it's like.
But also she's a bitch.
She's
you're
a bad
participant.
person.
You're a willing participant in what goes down on at VOT. So it's like it's hard to root for you. And now that your life is being shit on, now it's your time to shit on.
No, it's like, well, her life's being shit on. She took a shit on.
That's what I'm saying. She said, "Oh, how the turns have tabled."
Insanity.
But with that said, though, it's like I don't think it worked. I think Sister Sage knows it's still A-Train.
Oh yeah, no, she knows.
Sister Sage knows it's A-Train, but she can't find like she can't find definitive proof to say like, hey, everyone, A-Train did it.
But there was that weird line though too at the end where she was like, or Homelander said something to A-Train, and A-Train just stood there while they were beating up the other dude.
Yeah, he kind of looked at him and said like, "Will you answer the call?" or something.
And he said A-Train.
Did he say A-Train? I thought he just looked at him.
I was A-Train. I'm like, so he knows or he doesn't know? What's going on here?
I don't know if it's just Homelander pressing buttons, but I know Sister Sage for sure knows that
She said, it didn't just run up out of here, did it?
Oh yeah, just that line alone. It's like, no, okay, yeah, she knows. She knows.
She knows, but she can't find anything that's like either definitive proof to screw A-Train, or there's something bigger that she's thinking of.
We're about to get though. A-Train is about to either step up and leave VOT in a miraculous fashion, or we're about to see him be done. They about to get him.
Yeah, it's true.
That's all he has left.
I need his redemption.
No, stop it. Enough.
We need it.
No, you don't. He's done enough bad.
They're gonna come after his brother. I know that much.
I think more because his brother was already punished with the whole wheelchair thing. I think they're going after the nephews. That's his last. That's his last grip on what little humanity he has left. Yes, I think they're going after the nephews next. Watch, we shall see. But then that is everything, right? That's everything in the episode.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that covers everything. I like the episode. I enjoyed it. I
guess I like it more now that we talked about it, and sometimes that happens. So whatever.
We fixed you. We fixed you.
It's fine. You can be condescending to us.
Oh my gosh.
B52.
Whatever.
What if they give us more? But funny enough, they do. I love the boys' social media presence online.
They do very good with
They
that.
do very good. And they do these like little deals or something with like news scoop pages where they'll share info on like upcoming VOT VCU films, and they'll spread it like it's a real thing. Super clever. I think it's funny. They've been like this since season 1, and I love that about the boys. They have a very good social media presence.
I mean, it's one part satire on capitalism and commercialism, so they have to.
It is. It's
It's
really
only
funny.
right. It's only right.
It is only right. But there you have it, folks. There's our thoughts on episode 5, season 4 of The Boys. Very curious where certain plot threads are gonna go. We have to see if Butcher has some tentacles things growing in him, so probably a parasite, and lots of loose plot threads that I'm sure we'll get some resolution to in the next episode, but we shall see. Let us know what you think down in the comments below, wherever you're listening to us on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at The Yonko Table. If you want to join the discourse, join the Discord, link in the description down below. I am your Yonko host, DrJaceAttorney, fellow Yonko, Grandmaster Hoop, and Supernova, Dr. Mondo. How do you want to close this out? How do you want to close this, everyone?
Did they sing any songs this
They did
episode?
not sing any songs this episode.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a Kentucky Fried Massacre!
That man is not up for fucking a sheep.